Let's go start the show. Y'all know what it is. It's me, your man Trey, the commish. I had to remove another name in which I had. It was brief. It was rather brief.
Thank you.
It was brief.
Taking
it
that
was
down.
rather brief because he's in the lead again. You know what? That's why I want to speak to myself as a third person. He is in the lead again. And here we are. Another show, another day, week 11. We're getting closer and closer to what is going to be Super Bowl. Of course, I'm very sure some of us have, well, not all of us. All of us can't want to say who are. Some of us are still able to say that our team is going to be possibly a Super Bowl contender. Other of us, not so much. But I digress. First Formation presents the NFL Week 11 preview. I got myself. We got my man Bishop, aka the GOAT. You got the People's Coach CC, and of course, special guest picker today, Iowa Power owner and head coach, Mr. Anthony Bartley. Gentlemen, what's good with y'all? What's going on?
WGO, what's going on? What's going on? How y'all living on this Sunday, this 11th week of NFL prediction, and a crazy week all together, Trey. I mean, we got just the dumbness of all dumbness going on all weekend. For those of you who have a subscription to Netflix owes us all some damn money. I feel like Netflix could give us all money back for trying to stream something that they knew that they bandwidth could not handle. So therefore, I could not see the fight between Paul and Tyson. I want my money back. I need my money. I need y'all to run me my money, Netflix. But then we had our college football. We had an opportunity to see some Heisman hopefuls. Colorado did not disappoint with that young man. What? Don't say what?
That you know what? I listen. What I realized, I listened to Dion, right? I listened to Dion, and Dion talked about how he believed that. Of course, Travis, he's like they asked the question, what's the message you should send to the voters? And he's like, there shouldn't be he's like, if they don't see it, it is what it is. I can't tell you what. Travis Hunter is good. Don't get me wrong, right?
Hold on. What you will not do, Trey, you will not put that man in a mediocre status. He's not just good. Trey. You will not do that.
I didn't say he was mediocre. I would have said he was.
When you give him this label as good, that's mediocre. That's mediocre. Good. Yes, good is good. When your child gets good on a report card, are you giving him accolades for good? Or are you giving him accolades for excellence? And don't worry, I'll wait. Okay, that's what I said. Silence is compliance. With that being said, he is just not good. He is just not good. There's no other NCAA athlete currently that's playing both sides.
Okay, both sides of the ball. Okay.
No one. At that caliber of athleticism. No one.
So what? Did he catch 20 passes in the game yesterday? Y'all talking about Travis Hunter, right?
Right.
What my argument is, and Anthony, please,
hold on. This
all my life I got to deal with these two guys. So Anthony, please.
Trey, this is what Anthony, I'm sorry you have to hear this, Anthony, but this is what Trey tries to do all the time. CC, and I'm gonna ask you too, Mr. Anthony. CC, is Travis Hunter good? Is he just good?
No, man, he's one of the greatest things I've seen. If you watch him play, man, like if you watch him play, he a physical cornerback. He physical in the secondary, and man, 20 receptions in the game for anybody is ridiculous.
So what?
Both sides of the ball and catch 20 passes.
66 snaps on both sides of the ball, Mr. Anthony. Before Trace talks, I know this your homeboy and all that good stuff, Mr. Anthony. Is Travis Hunter just good?
I will say this: he's by far the best collegiate athlete of this era. It's not like he's the first to go both sides of the ball.
Facts.
But at this point in time, yeah, you don't see any other college athlete going both sides of the ball, never leaving the field. Like I said, he is a really good athlete. I still see some flaws in his game.
Absolutely.
But in comparison to everybody else, yeah, he's the best right now.
And anybody else that's done it, I'm gonna give you a chance right here, Trey. Hold on, but let me say this: anybody else that's done that, played both sides of the ball like he's done, has not played it at the magnitude in which he's done it. We're talking about 66 snaps on both sides of the ball. 66,
right,
bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's never leaving the field except for special teams. So.
That part.
I have a couple of arguments, like I said, right? One argument is, in my opinion, he is more of a dominant person on the offensive side of the ball. He's not, in my opinion, he's not doing anything eyebrow raising on the other side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, in which he was initially started. Now he has become more of an offensive threat than he is a defensive threat on the opposite side of the ball. That's no different from saying if Shiloh was playing on both sides of the ball, he probably would become a focal point as well, and he would be doing the same thing that Travis Herman was doing. But what's going on is he's more of a force, in my opinion, or he's more warranted on the offensive side of the ball than he is on the defensive side of the ball. He is a specimen. He is an athlete, because if you see him play basketball, he goes get it. So he's an athlete without a doubt. Just like Anthony was saying, just like y'all been saying, he's an athlete. However, in stealing a term from a phrase from Sean Bishop, I believe that Ashton Jeanty is he's the best player right now in college football. He's on pace.
What makes him
He's on pace
because of his record, because of his numbers. I get what you're saying.
His numbers state that, and it's the best player, the most valuable player in college football, and that is Ashton Jeanty right now.
He's not. Is he the most valuable?
He's not more valuable than Travis Hunter, man, playing both sides of the ball. How could it possibly be? I need to play defense and offense. How could that possibly be?
What you're telling me is,
just because he
I believe firmly that Colorado could win if Travis Herman was on the field. I do not believe Boise State can win if Ashton Jeanty wasn't on the field. It showed yesterday. Ashton Jeanty was held to 19 yards in the first quarter, and Boise was down 14-0. When Jeanty started going, Boise wins. They only got one loss in the season. The only thing that holds them back is they're in the MWC as opposed to the Big 12. That's so different.
Let me ask you this:
Is he running over? For real, is he running over Texas Tech? Is he running over any of these powerhouse schools? No, he's running over chumps. So no, I don't count that. He's running over chumps.
Hold on. Travis and them just beat Utah, who CC picked to win the Big 12.
Utah, let's be honest. Utah is not the team that everyone thought they was going to be because Cam Rising is not the starter.
Whose fault is that?
Again, I get that, but what I'm saying is Jeanty is on his way to match. He has 2 games remaining, right?
He has 18 yards defenses in the nation. Didn't Colorado beat them?
Now, what's going to happen is
So I'm saying
what's going to happen is there's going to be a difference. Like, let's be honest, right?
Like Boise State than it is run, and you know what I'm saying. It's different running at Boise State.
I get you.
Running back for the Texas Longhorns, man. Come on, man. It's not even the same. It's not even the same. Competition's not the same. So why should I give him the Heisman? Why should I give him the Heisman when his competition is inferior?
But what we're saying is the Heisman goes to the best and most valuable player in the NCAA. Right, it's for the best player in the NCAA during that year. Just like Bishop was about to say about, is that Colorado's fault? It's not our fault that Jeanty plays for Boise, but on the opposite side of the spectrum, he is doing it. He's a player. Like, we just take in consideration. Jerry Rice played for who? Right, Mississippi. He played for HBCU coming up. No one knew who Jerry Rice was, and he was even that talented. But he's the best. He's considered the GOAT of all time. So what difference does that make in state? So what I'm saying is that when it comes down to it, right now, Jeanty is putting up numbers like
nobody was saying Jerry was Heisman Trophy worthy at a HBCU in his time. We
talking
about this guy winning a Heisman Trophy, Trey. Come on,
But
man.
they're both Division I players, was what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it doesn't make a difference where you are, where you went to. Is
it
your
should though, and it always has. It always has. That's why you ain't see Josh Allen win the Heisman Trophy.
Because he was at Wyoming, he wasn't getting that much burn, but he's a great player.
Thing. You Boise State, see, you making my point right there, and he put up crazy numbers. Josh Allen put up crazy numbers at college.
But he ain't put up the same type of numbers that who won the Heisman the year.
Carson Wentz was a beast in college. He wasn't Heisman Trophy mentioned. I mean, all these guys with certain guys that
he wasn't going to get
numbers and had more numbers than your Heisman Trophy quarterbacks that was winning at the time, but they don't count because of the competition. You got
Carson Wentz wasn't going to get. Carson Wentz wasn't going to get the Heisman anyway. He was Division II. He didn't.
What I'm saying is that Boise State is a step away from a Division II school, man. They're not.
It is not.
And you know it,
they
man.
play in the 5th conference.
You know it, man. But you know where they came from. They not. You know what I'm saying? The competition is inferior. Trey, come on, man.
You know what? You know what? To be truthful, it does matter. You know, the level of competition.
Right.
Thank you. Like I said, the same. Like I said, as a running back, you know, you look at what Genty's doing. Yeah, he's putting up
phenomenal
amazing numbers.
Yeah,
but is he going to put up those numbers against an SEC school like?
We'll see, and we won't know. We won't know to the champion. We won't know to that. And that's what I was about to say. You won't know that until it comes down. Right now, they're considered to be a 12th seed in the college playoff if they continue to win. But he needs 900 yards in the next 3 games at minimum, because if he got 2 guaranteed games coming up and then they have a bowl game, he needs 900 yards to surpass Barry Sanders, the all-time leading rusher, all-time in college football. He needs 900 yards to surpass him to where he holds that record. 900 yards in the next 3 games.
300 yards a game. You think he will get 300 yards a game? See, that's what kind of competition he playing against. He gonna get 300 yards.
And check this out. Where did Barry Sanders do that at? What conference?
Oklahoma State.
Okay, what conference?
Big 12.
Big 12. Big 12. Where is the Boise State? What conference they in?
The Mountain West.
Thank you.
Right.
What's that saying?
That's what I say.
The Mountain West.
That's what I say.
Back in the days, the Big 12 was tough. They was tough up until this year, right?
When Barry Sanders did that, Big 12 was the shit then. Big 12 was the shit then when he did that. We're talking about the Mountain West. Who out of the Mountain West is competitors outside of Boise State? Now wait.
Question.
Out of the Mountain West, who are the competitors outside of Boise State? Now wait. It has been competitors. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Question. Did you consider USC to be a WAC conference?
Yes.
I mean, not USC, Pac-12. Big Pac-12, Pac-10. You consider to be a WAC conference, right?
Correct.
Can you say there have been some elite standout people that have came Heisman Trophy winners that have came out of the Pac-12?
You said Heisman Trophy winner? Absolutely.
A whole lot, right?
Probably not more than the SEC and the Big 12, but yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up before I even say what I was about to say. But true. So when you look at that,
I can't say that because USC was in the Pac-12, right? And they got the most Heisman Trophy winners ever. They got about 8 or 9 of them. They got the most ever. So I can't say the Pac-12 didn't produce a lot of them when USC got the most, and they was in the Pac-12.
So what I'm saying is, if I'm listening, I've heard that the MAC West is a weak conference. So from what y'all just said, the Pac-12 was a weak conference as well.
Pac-12 wasn't always a weak conference.
I've never considered the Pac-10, Pac-12 to be a weak
conference. I get it.
Right. I say, when did they become
them as one of the most disrespected conferences?
Let me put it to you like this, Anthony. I said they was a whack conference compared to the SEC and the Big 12 at the time in which I stated that. I was saying out of the top conferences, the Pac-12 was probably number 3 or 4. That's what I was saying.
Out of the Big 5. Well, now Big 4.
Yeah, out of the Big 5.
They were the 5th one. Now they're no longer they're debunked now. So
them down. Not saying that they was necessarily the wackest conference, because we know that there was wacker conferences than them. However, out of the top conferences, the big conferences, they was below. They wasn't in top 3, in my opinion. Maybe 3 or 4, but they wasn't in the top 3. So when I said that, I said that. But again, when it's all said and done, how many Heisman hopefuls have we had come out of the Mountain West Even again, you still have yet to name another team out the Mountain West who are competitors at all outside of Boise State. No one.
So think about it like this, right? Boise State has been a competitor, has been around in college football for many of years. Boise State hasn't always been. They sit in the shadows because they're in the Midwest Conference. No different how the Pac-12 sat in the shadow. I mean, the Pac-10. Pac-12, Pac-10 sat in the shadows because they said that they don't get any exposure. So of course that all goes and being said. Hence the reason why USC left the Pac-12 to go to a bigger conference so they can get some notoriety. That's the same thing with the mountain with the West. And then, honestly, the USC has went there, and although the record doesn't say that, they have been competing. They played 10 games and have lost a total of 19 points in each of those games, and some of them against some of the top teams that's in the top 12 in the ranking CFP, as well as in the college playoff. So it goes to be said, like, yes, I understand that. I get it that when it comes down to it, the competition and all that type of stuff. But sometimes the team that we talked about before, Colorado almost took an L to South Dakota at the beginning of the year, a close game. So it just depends, right? But I mean, all I'm saying is I think Genty is the Heisman Trophy. Who gets the Heisman Trophy at the end of the year. I understand both coaches are standing on the desk for their players, rightfully so. But at the end of the day, the writers, if I was a writer and I was given a vote, my vote would be Genty.
Mr. Anthony, who are you voting for? Who are you giving the Heisman to?
You know what? I to be honest with you, I haven't really given it much thought. You know, I honestly see them possibly pointing it toward Hunter. Honestly, but I think these next few games might be the deciding factor if he doesn't step his game up back on the defensive side of the ball, he'll lose the Heisman. Because yesterday he showed his vulnerability and he got toasted bad.
Yeah, he did get burned. Yeah.
You know, but
he did still get a pick. He still got a pick.
Yeah, he still got a pick.
He still got a pick.
You know, that him getting burnt, that showed his vulnerability. But if he doesn't step in the offensive side of the ball, he's magnificent. But if he doesn't step his defensive game back up again, he'll lose the Heisman. And it will be backed up by none other than Genty.
So y'all not giving. So Mr. Anthony and Trey, y'all or CC, y'all not giving the other two candidates any type of love in regards to.
We're talking about Cam Ward.
In college ball right now,
and Dylan Gabriel, that part, y'all. Dylan Gabriel is putting up mad numbers, and they still undefeated. Or are they still undefeated?
Yeah, but you know what?
And they still undefeated.
He's going to fall victim to the typical Oregon run. Right. They start off, magnificent, and then when the time comes, they fold their tent, and that's what's going to hurt him.
Okay, that's fair. I like it.
He should maybe.
Because he's definitely in the top three. No doubt about it. He's definitely in the top three. But just like typical Oregon, why they've never, been able to cross that finish line is they always stumble at the very end.
Right. That's fair. Just wondered because y'all hadn't mentioned Cam Ward or Dylan Gabriel. Those are the top four candidates.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely other candidates, but I think it's a two-person race at this point. And you might be right. I could be correct.
It's a three. I think it's a three-man race. You got to put Dylan in.
Yeah, you cannot exclude them. You cannot exclude them by any means.
Yeah, you got to.
But the spotlight is more so on those Genty and Hunter.
Right. Facts.
One guy's putting up numbers. One guy is never leaving the field.
That part.
So, question: what is the deal in the UIFA? Is it I? Am I getting that right? In Iowa Power. So the last time in which we talked to Mr. Anthony Bartley, he informed us of a team that he had going in around the Midwest, around your area, CC. Things happen, and then we blink, and now up, and the Iowa Power has emerged with a lightning strike. What's going on in Iowa?
Well, first let me do this. I got to give a shout out to all my bros, my dogs. Happy Founders Day. Arr, arr. You know, I got to get that out there.
Man, shouts out to Omega Sci-Fi.
Omega Sci-Fi.
Secondly, yeah, like I said, I started the Iowa Power pretty much after what went down this past season in Cedar Rapids. Without going into too much detail, I partnered up with a young man who had some unethical business practices, and I just refused to be a part of it. And in this world of arena football, it's like a soap opera and a reality show all rolled all into one. So I just kind of got to that point where, I got tired of putting my faith in man, and said I might as well just take a leap of faith and just do it and just branch out on my own. So henceforth, the Iowa Power. I was going to take over the Cedar Rapids area and take over the arena, which was the Alliance Energy Powerhouse Arena. But because the market was too scorned, I decided to just go ahead and move it elsewhere. And I found Dubuque, Iowa, of all places. And that area has never had football before. So they're starving for entertainment, sports entertainment.
I've never even heard. Where'd you say? What part of Iowa was it called?
Dubuque, Iowa.
Dubuque. I've never even heard of that. Okay.
I'm put you like this. Dubuque, Iowa is like I am like literally tied into 3 states, Illinois and Wisconsin.
Okay.
I'm like literally right there at that border, by the river.
Okay.
It's like a good fit.
Okay.
So, of course, I've been seeing that you've had certain sightings. As you see here, you have tryouts coming up on the 7th of December in Dubuque. What exactly are you all looking for right now? Like, what are the holes in what you have? Is it opening? Is all races open, or what's going on with the team so far?
Well, as far as personnel wise, I'm looking for all bodies. Even though I've signed a few players already. And there's a method to my madness. Some of the players that I've signed have played for me in the past. Some of these guys have won championships playing for me. So they already know my system. They know how I conduct business, both on and off the field. And these are the guys who, you want to talk about loyalty. They'll go wherever I go. If I give them an invitation, they'll go. Why? Because they know I produce championships. So these are the guys who are willing to sacrifice, just to be a winner, and they'll sell out. I have one young man by the name of that I signed. This will be his last year playing, because he's, as much as I hate to say it, he's 36 years old, by the name of Keenan Walton Crutchfield. I'm sorry, Crutchfield Walton. And needless to say, the kid he's a very, very smart defensive back. He comes from great stock because his dad, Alvin Walton, was a starting strong safety for the Washington Redskins in both of their Super Bowl runs, and he's got a couple of Grey Cup championships as well. Keenan, even at 36 years old, he can still clock in a 4.3, 4.4 in that 40. So he stays highly competitive. He's in shape, but he's definitely a field general for me. So he's that one where I know he can manipulate my secondary, especially in this indoor game. And with his speed, you're not going over top on him. That's not going to happen. And with that being said, this is going to help him as I mentor him, position him into the world of coaching, because that's the next step he wants to get into. I have other athletes that are just, in all honesty, like Trayvon Page. He should be back in NFL, hands down. I mean, I can put him up against any DB at any level, and he'll rout him. He's fast. He's got his routes are crisp. Like I said, he spent a brief time with the Tampa Bay Bucks in camp a few years back, before he blew out his ACL. When I first encountered him, when I was working out in Baltimore, and young man, he was pretty arrogant. Kind of had to humble him, get him back to reality, and he's been legit ever since. But these are the type of athletes that I know are game changers for me.
So outside of your the players, anything instead, have you put together your team, the team staff completely, or is it openings in there as well?
No, I'm still looking to fill staff. I have to be at this point. I have to be real selective in who I bring in. I did have somebody that I was going to bring in as a DC, but some unfortunate things happened, and it hurts my heart because he's a fellow veteran. And as much as I would love to have him, just some things in his past kind of caught up with him, and I couldn't do anything about it. With some. And like I said, I love the head on this guy's shoulders. I thought he would make an absolute perfect fit to my system. So right now, I'm just in the market of looking for someone who I'm going to feel comfortable with. Because it's one of those things where, truth be told, if I'm not comfortable, I can coach both sides of the ball by myself. I've done it before. I've won a championship doing it by myself.
That part.
It's nothing. But I do want to find somebody who I can kind of just, put that responsibility on their shoulders and get what I need taken care of.
So I asked you this question, right? Oh, go ahead, Bishop. Go ahead.
Just going over your website and stuff like that. I'm looking at and seeing it. You, the owner and whatnot, and I see you have like a couple of positions open, from general manager to director of player personnel to administration offices and things of that nature. If people were looking to fulfill those positions, how would they go about by contacting y'all to fill those positions, or are you specifically looking on your own for those certain positions?
Well, it's both. I mean, I've had people reach out to me through the website. They can go to iowapowerfootball.com. I've already interviewed a couple guys already for defensive coordinator positions. I've actually, I haven't made the announcement yet, but I did hire someone who's going to be working in the administrative side. A young man who's just majoring in marketing. So, this would be a good idea for him to get his feet wet and learn, get some, OJ.
So question I was about to ask, Mike. Would you, like you said, you're looking at, is everyone a person of experience, or are you willing to hire someone that seemingly talks a good game and it seems like they might not have the opportunity and experience, but they Texas low, that's all like you're talking about? Do you take that into consideration, or does it have to be experience based specific?
Well, I take everything into consideration. It would be nice to actually have somebody with experience, but in the same token, if everybody's got to start somewhere. So if I'm feeling comfortable with a person when I'm talking to them, I wouldn't have a problem bringing them in, and then I just kind of, integrate them into my system, show them the ropes. No different than how I was brought into the coaching world. So I'm not against that at all.
Okay. One more question in reference to the Iowa Power. I hear you speak about your systems without giving too much or a case like that. What are your bases if you look at that you would like to run offensively or defensively? Or are you the OC as well as the head coach, or you have an OC?
No, I run my own offense.
Okay. So what are the bases in which you're running for offensively and defensively?
Well, I'm just as aggressive offensively as I am defensively. I don't believe in coaching not to lose, like some people, i.e., Lincoln Riley or Kyle Shanahan.
That's right. That's how you do it.
And the way I've always coached is you have to stop. If I'm up 50 points, I'm still looking for it. I've blown teams out by 60, 70 points in a game, and that's even, putting in my second. Bottom line is you have to stop me. I'm not going to tell these guys to slow down, hit the brakes, because they can get injured. But this is a game of inches. I'm all about winning championships. So a lot of coaches don't like me because I'm not going to take my foot off the gas pedal. I'm not going to be the coach that's going to take the knee, when it's, seconds left on the clock. No, I'm looking to score. These guys this is a platform for these guys to try to make it to the next level. And part of that platform requires these guys, they need stats. They need to be able to put something on that highlight reel that they can show to NFL or even UFL camps that, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've done. You can't put something on a highlight reel, a guy's gonna, slide before getting to the end zone. They don't want to see that. They want to see you put points on.
And actually, this is the last question. Are these all paid compensation positions, top to bottom, or is it exposure only?
This is paid. This is pro football. Like I said, UIFA, it's a small, upcoming league. With my experience, I'm looking to try to help elevate this league, not to try to compete with the likes of the IFL or the NAL or even the AF1 that's rebranded. As I've told some of the other owners of the league, that we just want to be comparable. We want to give guys another outlet, because the other leagues, they get picky. It gets real political. They like to recycle players and recycle coaches. So this is an opportunity for guys to, earn a spot.
Okay. So of course, y'all hear it here. Be sure to go check it out. It's playoffs coming, or hit them up. Where do they hit you up, Anthony, if they want to send a resume or try out, or try to see if they can get a part of your staff?
They can go on my website. We have a contact form, iowapowerfootball.com, or they can email me directly at anthony@iowapowerfootball.com.
No doubt. So, hey, catch the boat and get into it. See what y'all can do in Dubuque. So, week 11 started out early. Thursday night football. Washington Commanders, Philadelphia Eagles. I was gonna go to him, but Cece, I'll go to you. What did you think about the performance of? I should have went to that guy because he was big. He was riding Jaden Daniels until they played his team, and then what happened is what happened. But what did you think of Jaden Daniels' performance against Philadelphia the other night, CC?
I told you that was going to happen. So it's no surprise. It was no wrinkle. When we talked about the game before the game, I told you that was going to happen. I told you the Reds look real good, but they not ready to take on Big Brother yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Eagles still the big brother of that division to them. They ain't not ready yet. And it had nothing to do with just Jaden Daniels himself. It's the fact that the Eagles took pride in crushing them. You know what I'm saying? Like the Eagles take pride in running the division. I got a little bit more experience than you. It's his first Thursday night experience playing on a short week like that. A team prepared. And like Bishop said earlier, it was the players. The players took pride in doing what they had to do to prove who they were on that field. It came down to the players in the rivalry games, and you know that mostly. X's and O's, they all right, but it's the players. Like, we still better than you. We still gonna kick your you-know-what. So that's all it was. He'll take them lumps, learn from it. He's still gonna be Rookie of the Year, probably.
Anthony, but you check out the game. What do you think about it? I'll let Bishop go last because I already know what's going to happen. He's probably going to take the show out with whatever he's going to say. So, Anthony, what did you think about the game?
Well, I thought Washington was in it I thought they were going to pull it off, but Philly really withstood the test of time during that game. They relied on their quarter horse. You know, Saquon, that's their go-to. Like I said, all the emphasis is so much is not on Jalen Hurts' shoulders anymore. You know, although he still seems to try to take on all the heavy burden, you know, he really doesn't have to. You know, put the ball in Barkley's hands. Just don't wear him out too much to where he gets hurt because he is still injury prone.
Bishop, I'll give you 2 players' names, and I'd like to know your take on them. Blankenship and Jajon. What do you say about them?
Elite players. Blankenship and Jajon did what they were supposed to do in that game. I will say this, right? We did not look good in the first half as a team, as a unit. We did not. We didn't put any points up. First half, 3 points, I think it was what we had at halftime. It was not a good showing in the first half. We are definitely a second half team. I don't know what Nick Sirianni has to say in the locker room at halftime to get these boys to take that stick out their behind to want to come out and play ball the second half. But whatever it is, let him continue to do so. With that being said, Saquon Barkley did not have a great first half as well. They were stopping the run. Washington was doing what they needed to do to stop Saquon in the first half. But just like I spoke about on Thursday, Philly did what they needed to do strategically and rode Saquon the second half. And that's when Saquon went wild on them. They doing just like the Baltimore Ravens, just like I said on Thursday, what they're doing with Derrick Henry. When the game is on the line, when the game is almost solidified and there to solidify the win, put the ball in Saquon's hand and let him continue to do what he needs to do to solidify the win for the game, for the team. And that's what they did. And he ended up getting 2 touchdowns in the second half. You know what I'm saying? So we still do. Jalen Hurts is still making some key misses. He had AJ wide open on the pass, and he completely threw that joker straight out of bounds. No regard on why he threw that ball out of bounds. He just did not set his feet. He didn't get his hips turned, and he threw that ball directly out of bounds. And I know AJ was like, and you can see the frustration on AJ's face. I don't know if people recognize it, but I see it. AJ Brown is frustrated at a lot of the times in which Jalen Hurts does. And I feel like AJ Brown feels like he is that elite player. Put the ball in a place where he can catch it. He's gonna make a play on the ball. But Jalen finds, and then at other times when Jalen puts too much on AJ and doesn't even allow him an opportunity to make a play on the ball. If you're gonna throw it in this area, at least let him make a play on the ball. Don't throw it out of bounds where he can't make a play. It was one he threw straight out of the back of the end zone or the side of the end zone, and AJ just kind of like turned around and walked toward the sideline. These are the things in which AJ Brown, which is frustrating for a quarterback or for a wide receiver. If you're not giving me an opportunity to make a play, come on, what are you throwing it to in my direction for? At least give me an opportunity to make a play. If you're not doing that, in that one on the sideline, he was clearly wide open and he threw it completely out of bounds. Jalen Hurts still has some things he needs to fix. Other than that defense though, that defense is coming. It's coming.
You said they're a Super Bowl team. You said they're a Super Bowl team Thursday. So
I did.
I don't want to hear that Jalen Hurts got something to work on. But now you Super Bowl ready. Ain't nothing to work on. You Super Bowl ready.
No, I didn't say we
are. Eric, what's going on? What's going on, bro?
This is what I say. We are. When it comes down to it, though, what's the old saying? Defense will and win Super Bowls. Offense sell tickets. So when it's all said and done, I still feel that way. We still got. We got about 7 games. We got 7 games.
I'm say it again. When the last time a defense won a championship in the NFL? When the last Patrick Mahomes beat your defense every year. He beat somebody's defense every year to score on the last second drive every year. Like, when is the defense gonna stop Mahomes?
And
when is that gonna happen?
And
defense
again,
ain't winning no championships. Mahomes is winning championships.
That's why they have, and that's why defense, and that's why the defense ain't won a Super Bowl, because the defense didn't stop Patrick Mahomes. That's the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying.
They didn't win. They could have won.
I'm saying we keep talking about defense, but defense ain't getting it done. Somebody better come out there and put some points on the Chiefs defense. real early and keep Mahomes out of the game. How about that? How about switch it? Put some
It's
points
gonna
on the
happen
other
today.
team defense
It's
when
gonna
it's out
happen
of
today.
range. Stop letting
It's
this
gonna
guy
happen
come
today.
back.
Says Kansas City gonna get their
Stop
first
letting
L
this guy
today.
come back.
Kansas City gonna get their first L.
That game was the best game that I watched in a long time because the Broncos did everything right. I'm not saying it wasn't pretty to watch offensively, but defensively, both teams played like I said, it was another game for the players, and the Broncos did everything perfect to run that game down to 1 second to kick a game-winning field goal, which I hate, by the way. I think if you get down there, you should try to score a touchdown, and that's why. Because they can block a field goal. The Chiefs looked disappointed. That game was over. Broncos had it won. Celebration should have been the Bo Nix, who hung in there after taking all those hits. And for them to block that field goal, I said, man, are they a team of destiny? Who's stopping that team? If they go play on special teams too and block your kicks, you can't beat them no matter what you do.
Buffalo gonna beat them today.
Mm.
Buffalo gonna beat them today.
We ain't there yet, but I don't know about that one. But I'm just saying, come on, man. And the Detroit Lions, the Detroit Lions, 5 interceptions. Goff looked awful and still won, man. Like these teams are different. Like I see the Eagles, I see a little bit of that of the Eagles now. I saw it last year early with the Eagles too, right?
Right.
They was 10-1, and they was winning ugly. They was winning games no matter how they can win them. I mean, all you need for Hurts to do, you don't need Hurts to make every pass. You just need him to not lose the game and keep winning. And right now, he doing that. So I don't see a problem with what Hurts doing. That's what I'm trying to say to Bishop. Like, what do you want the guy to do? Like he get too cute out there. The ball going the other way, y'all lose it. He put it 2 on the money. The defense taking it back the other way.
And I totally agree with you, CC, on that part. But what I'm saying is, you're right. We don't want Jalen Hurts to do anything to lose the game. But just like Coach Anthony said a minute ago, you go out there and you win the game. You don't allow the game to. You don't coach you don't coach to maintain to sit on the lead. You coach to continue to put points on the board to maintain the lead, to continue to put points on the board, so they have to continue to try to play catch up. And I feel like in the beginning in that game on Thursday, Washington was in that game. They was up at halftime. They was literally up at halftime. They was in that game. It was just I will say this about, and this is why what Trey was talking about earlier in regards to Jaden Daniels. He played hurt. You can see Jaden Daniels was hurt that game. You can see that he was not 100%. Jaden Daniels was not 100% Thursday. He was not. He didn't run like he normally run. You could see how he was throwing the ball. It was a couple of times where he was grimacing. You can see that Jalen Daniels was hurt in that game. He wasn't 100%, and I think that played a key factor. And then that line could do nothing with our defensive line whatsoever. That offensive line could do nothing with it at all. So with that being said, I feel like when we play them again, it's going to be a different type of game. I still feel like we should still come out on top, but it'd be a different game in my opinion, because we will be playing in Washington for that game. But however, we shall. Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is go ahead and get into these picks since we got work out the way. The game's getting ready to get started. So of course, like you said, Washington already fell to the Philadelphia Eagles by the score of 26-18. I'll say that for another time. First, what's Strack say? Just want to say something quick. What's going on, Strack? Green Bay, Chicago. First out the gate. Coach, you're the guest here. I'll let you start off.
Wait a minute, Trey. Wait a minute. Green Bay. Oh, okay. They do got a 12 o'clock game. Okay.
Yes,
I thought they had
a game. Green Bay.
Green Bay, simple.
Green Bay.
CC.
Green Bay. It's Bears, right? Green Bay and the Bears.
Green Bay versus Bears, yes.
Hold on, Adonis.
Green Bay gonna beat the Bears.
It's just that simple this morning. That's what we just rocking. That's it. Everything is Green Bay.
Taylor.
Yeah, Green Bay is simple.
Bishop, Green Bay, Dallas, Green Bay, Chicago.
Oh man, we've already talked about the dude in Chicago who I told you was going to be dumpster juice from the beginning of the season, and he's proved proven to make straight soup sauce all season. So I gotta go with Jordan Love. I gotta go with Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, man. Let's get it.
All right, I agree. Green Bay. Next up, Jacksonville without Trevor Lawrence as Mac Jones gets another start at Detroit. Even though, like CC said, we started off Goff didn't have the greatest of games. CC, who you got? Detroit, Jacksonville.
Man, stop it. Detroit gonna beat Jacksonville. And that's an easy win for Detroit. Gibbs gonna have a good day today. Montgomery gonna be decent. If those two playing, yeah, it's easy.
Anthony,
I would have to go with Detroit.
Detroit,
yeah.
I got Detroit as well. Like he said, that two-headed tandem in Gibbs and Montgomery is unmatched. We didn't think that was going to happen until 2 years down the line. I mean, initially when it started off, but here we are down the line. I honestly wouldn't. I don't know if anyone else agree. Or all our teams are NFC. I wouldn't want to see Detroit in the playoffs right now. I mean, I know what we did last year, but right now I wouldn't want to see them. Bishop, who you got?
Oh man, come on, man. This ain't even the toilet bowl right here. Ain't no way in the hell Jacksonville is going to Detroit and beating Detroit in Detroit. That is not going to happen. Yes, Detroit all day.
All right, that's another clean sweep. This we probably gonna have a couple of them down to actually the one after this, probably not. So next up, Minnesota at Tennessee. Bishop, who you got?
Man, I know Eric gonna feel some type of way if I don't pick any other type of way, but you know you got to go with them purple people eaters, man. I got Minnesota going to Tennessee. I think Minnesota could do it. I think they can come out and do what they need to do. You like that? Or not? You like that? That's over at Atlanta, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh boy, out there in Minnesota, I got to give it to them. I think they're gonna get that dub today. Give me Minnesota,
brother Rockhound.
Hey, I gotta rep that purple and gold.
I see you. I see what you did right there. See what you did right there.
CC.
You know I'm going with Minnesota, the Vikings defense over that Titan offense. No matter what Sam Darnold does today, I think that defense is going to keep the Titans out of the end zone.
Another clean sweep, Minnesota. I'm going to Minnesota as well, especially Will Levis starting. Like, I don't get it. But as long as Ridley gets some points, I'm fine with it. Next up, Las Vegas and Miami going at it in Miami, playing at home. Please see who you rocking with.
Man, that's a tough game to pick. I don't like neither one of these teams, and I really don't like neither one of their coaches, but I'm gonna take Miami in this game.
Okay.
Because Tua playing, right? he a better quarterback in the game. I'm just gonna pick about a better quarterback. Neither one of these teams light my fire at all. So, but Miami in a close one though. It's not gonna be a blowout like everybody thinks.
Mr. Bartley, who you got? Miami?
Yeah, you got dumpster 1 and dumpster 2. Dumpster 1 being the Raiders and dumpster 2 being Miami. There's no way on God's green earth I will ever go for dumpster 1, which is the Raiders.
That's home right now. What you going against the home team?
Going against them.
You know, it just sucks because, like I tell people, that dumpster ass team follows me everywhere I go for some inert reason. Can't understand why, but they should not even be here. They should have stayed their sorry asses in Oakland.
Say they ruined in Las Vegas. They ruined it.
You know, pass by Toilet Bowl Stadium. You know, just nah.
So safe to say you're going with Miami.
I'm going with Miami.
Dumpster 2. Bishop, dumpster 1 or dumpster 2?
Man, I gotta go. I'm going with Miami, man. Tua Tagovailoa. I just feel like everybody had all the hype about him, but he's come back. He's doing somewhat of a bounce back. They got a big win last week against the LA Rams on the road. So I feel like he's coming off a high, coming back home to play in Miami. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to him playing back in Miami this weekend. So I'm gonna take Miami and Tua Tagovailoa versus the Raiders.
So, Anthony, without a doubt, I have no quarrels with going against the grain. If I believe that they were able to get a dub, then I am going with them. Unfortunately, I am bigger on Tua than I am on Minshew.
Okay.
Or a team, a Devontae Adams list, even though I like Jacoby Myers, they are a little bit stronger, in my opinion, in Miami. So I'm going with Miami as well in this one. Clean sweep so far. We're going to see if it's going to separate at some point. I don't know. I think it's separate after this game, actually. This next game up, Los Angeles Rams at the New England Patriots. Is Drake May doing enough to take care of old Matt Stafford? Bishop, who you got? Miami? New England or the LA Rams?
Man, so this game right here it's a trap game. It's a trap game. I think it's a trap game. But I gotta believe in Matt. I think Matt can come do what he need to do out in New England, get the dub for the Rams. I don't know, is Puka Nacua playing today?
Yes, I believe so.
Him and Cooper. Yeah, if Puka is out there and Cooper out there, I don't think the Patriots can match the Rams' offensive threat. So I'm gonna go with Matt and Puka and all them and Cooper. Let's go Rams.
Although last week I was victorious in going against the rest of the NFC West and picking. This week I don't think I could get away with that. So in order to self-preservation in my current lead in which I have overall, I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Rams as well. I think they can potentially get the dub. I just don't believe in New England at this point. Drake May, although is showing the difference, he is looking like he could challenge Jaden Daniels potentially if they was to string along some wins for Rookie of the Year. But until that starts happening, I'm going to sit sideline. I'm going with the Rams. And who you got?
The Lambs.
He said the Lambs. He said the Lambs.
Said the Lambs.
Oh.
I'm the only one different. I'm taking the Patriots today.
Look at
I feel good about the Patriots defense. And plus, I went with the Rams last week, and what a disappointment. Like, they shouldn't have even lost to Miami, so they're going to lose to another AFC Eastern team today, and it's going to be the Patriots. I think the Patriots defense is going to suffocate them like they did last week against I forgot who they played last week, but that defense is they're not losing because of defense. But, yeah, give me the Patriots.
See, Bishop. See what happens. See, Bishop. What happens. He has an opportunity to keep pace, but I guess maybe he might be right.
Man,
we'll see.
Y'all don't even understand. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I did quite all right with my picks. I'm sticking.
You
with
did.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Proof is in the pudding. Next up, New Orleans is hosting the Cleveland Browns as Jameis Winston.
Why all these trash games on the day? So they must be a trash day. It's Sunday. I didn't even know they pick up trash on Sunday.
Toilet bowl game number 2, bro. Good Lord. Jesus.
Anthony, New Orleans, Cleveland, who you got?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a doo-doo game. It's a doo-doo game.
Yeah.
It's straight doo-doo. D-O.
I'll go with the Pound Puppies.
He said the Pound Puppies. Ooh,
okay, Cleveland is. You believe in Jameis?
I don't believe in Jameis, but
you believe in
it's going to be it's going to look like a defensive game.
Okay.
To say the least. So I don't see very many points being scored. In fact, it'll probably be just a field goal game.
Oh wow.
CC, Saints, Pound Puppies, or Aints?
I hate to do it, but I'm taking the Aints in this one. I'm going with the Saints. I just don't see Cleveland scoring anything. I don't see them doing much. I'm gonna take the Saints.
Bishop.
Man, this is such a trash game, bro. This is such a trash game, I swear, man. I'm gonna go with the Saints, man. I'm gonna take the Aints. I don't know why, but I'm gonna take the Aints, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Aints, man. I hate to, but it's a no-win situation in this.
You know, when I always come up on the no-win situations, I tend to go with the home team. But I listen to CC and hearing, like, I don't know. I think differently. Like, of course, we know Nick Chubb is back. So with Nick Chubb being back in the fold, that might be beneficial to the for Cleveland. We know Jameis Winston is Mr. 30 for 30, 30 and 30. Well, so sometimes it just depends. But I think what's going to happen instead is that he just left this organization to where these players are probably going to know and look and see. So I think that helps to be to strengthen the fact. I'm going to go with New Orleans as well for this week. Was that the last? So two more games for the early window. As they starting to kick off, Indianapolis Colts at the New York Jets. The Colts giving the ball back to Anthony G. Richardson. We all know that potentially, I don't think Devontae Adams was expected not to play. I'm not sure if he's at game time. Is he going to be playing? Anthony, who you got, the Colts or the Jets?
Man, it's dumpster schedule today, man. Like, really.
Right.
I'll have to go with the Colts.
Okay, Indianapolis. Bishop, Colts.
Yeah, this is another trash doo-doo game again. And I still think Aaron Rodgers is still trying to figure out in New Jersey. So I'm gonna go with Indianapolis, man. I'm gonna go with the Colts in this one and see if they can get this dub in this game. So let me get the Colts.
CC.
I got no faith in neither one of these teams, but I'm gonna take the Colts because I've been hating on the Jets. Oh yeah, I can't change that. So I'm gonna take the Colts.
For self-preservation as well, I'm going to go with the Colts as well. It's like these games are harder to pick. I mean, I don't know for what reason. Anthony Richardson gets the opportunity again. Of course, they got Thomas that's there. Hall on the opposite side. Devontae-less Jets possibly. But in case, I'm going to go ahead and rock with Indianapolis. The bottom of the hour, of course, of the early games, the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coach, not Coach. Anthony, I'm gonna come back to you on this one.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Pick Trey. Pick Trey. I'm tired of you having everybody pick first. You pick Trey. No, you won't.
I already be having my stuff written down, so I already know.
We don't see it though. Hold on, Coach, because this is what this dude tried to do. You notice how he ain't picked against us yet, CC? The whole time we've been playing, man, all these picks this week. Not one time has he picked. By this time, he done made 3 different picks. Go ahead, pick, Trey. Let's see it.
Pittsburgh. I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Okay. Now you can go ahead, Mr.
Pittsburgh. I go with Pittsburgh. So I think, honestly, I think that Pittsburgh, I think the defense is going to be problematic for Jackson, for Lamar in this one. I mean, we know what he has been doing. I think it's going to be a problematic, and he's going to have to face a little bit differently. But like I said, purple and gold is back on the docket again. Coach, who you got? You got Baltimore or Pittsburgh in this one?
Well, unfortunately I have to go against my frat brother and my son because they seem to like the Crows quite a bit, and I like the ideal of having Pittsburgh on top of their division. So I'm looking for Pittsburgh to stay on top of that division.
Bishop?
Damn, this is a hard one. But it's something about them Steelers, man. They be having the Ravens numbers, man. They be having the Ravens number. But you know what? I think this game was going to come down to like the game when the Baltimore Ravens played Kansas City and they lost by a toe, literally by a toe. Yeah. I'm going with the Ravens, man. I feel like Lamar Jackson's gonna get this dub in because they played in Pittsburgh. Good Lord. I'm still gonna give it. I'm gonna go with the Ravens, man. I'm Lamar. You better not get me, bro. I'm going with Lamar.
All right, CC. Who is it? Pittsburgh or Baltimore?
It's Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh. And remember, y'all was like, oh, Justin Fields. I told y'all Mr. Wilson come in and do what he doing right now. It's all over with. Wilson to Pickens at some point in this game going to be the difference.
I like it. Good. So I'm the only one that went with Baltimore. Come on, Baltimore. That's good right there. That's what I need right there. I need that difference.
Next up, you spoke of it earlier, Bishop. You like that? You like that, Mister? You like that himself in the building at Denver, or does Denver have a number to where they can start to slowly but surely put together a season and be formidable? So I'll start with you, Bishop. Who is it, Mr. Like That, or are you going with Mr. Nix?
Man, so Bo Nix is doing his thing out there in Denver. Of course, Sean Payton is enjoying Bo Nix out there, and I'm sure that's who he wanted as his QB. He didn't want Russell, so we know what Russell's out here doing in Pittsburgh. But you like that? You like that? You like that? Come on, man. That dude right there. Oh, they on the road. They're going to Mile High Stadium. Ugh. Let me get them ATL shouties. Let me get them ATL shouties.
Okay. CC, ATL,
man,
or
it's hard. It's hard.
ATL be making me mad, man. Today I'm going with the Broncos. I'm taking the Broncos at home because last week the Falcons had a chance to put some distance and then they let me down. So I'm going with the Broncos.
So in this one, I'm going with the ATL as well. I just think that they have a better opportunity. They have more weapons, which we always know that doesn't always bode well. But in this one, I think it's going to be beneficial. I'm going with Atlanta this one. Anthony, who you got?
I'm gonna play with the altitude and go with the Broncos.
That does make a difference.
It does. It plays a factor. I thought about that one. That was one of the main things I said was the altitude and all of that.
So let's split on that one. Getting into the last couple of games, got 4 games. 5 games. We count Monday night. Was with 4 games or 3 games in the late window. Of course, 1 prime time and then Monday night. First of the late games. Oh, correction. That was the first of the late games. Next up, the hate. Anthony just watched the hate. Listen, watch the hate. Next up, the Seattle Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers. Having an opportunity for depending on what Arizona's off this week, so opportunity for the 49ers to take over the NFC West again. We'll see how it all comes out. Seattle, San Francisco. CC, who you got?
Ain't they got the same record? I mean, this is like today is really like trash. Yesterday they do got the same record, don't they? They both like 5-4 or something like that. Like they somewhere like that, 5-5, whatever their record is. They got similar records.
They lost 5 games.
Yeah, they got similar records.
We lost 4 games.
But they got similar records, right? So I picked Seattle the last time. Man, I hate to do it, but I'm going to take the 49ers today. You know, I'm not a 49er guy, but I'm going to take the 49ers because
the Seahawks are 4-5. San Francisco's 5-4.
Yeah, pretty much the same record. Like, one game different.
That is the same record.
That's the same record.
That is the same record.
Yeah,
he said pretty much
the same. You see the disrespect.
Give me the 49ers all day.
He said pretty much the same record. He didn't say they were the same. He said pretty much.
Right.
Pretty much.
Anthony, that's what I got to put up with.
Well,
but what you got, Anthony?
Chickens don't stand a chance.
This is McCaffrey's second game back. So,
yes.
I know Anthony picked San Francisco. That's home for him. So I know that's who he picked.
I did too. So,
all right. I'm going with San Francisco. I don't see the Seahawks coming in and doing nothing in San Francisco. McCaffrey's back. Debo grabbing on people's face because the field goal.
I was going to ask y'all, what did y'all think of that? Was Debo wrong?
No, he ain't wrong. Because if I could have grabbed old boy face myself on Thursday night, I'd have did the exact same thing, missing 3 damn field goals. You got one damn job. You got one damn job. That's all you do at practice. You don't do none of the other stuff that everybody else doing. You up there kicking field goal. There's no way you should miss a field goal of 30 or 30 yards or shorter. There's no way. There's no way. We got people out here kicking 60 yards, high school kids kicking 60 yards, college kids kicking 60 yards, and you missing little 30, 40 yard field goals. Not gonna happen. I'd have grabbed his face too.
Well, here's my biggest disappointment. You know, we signed kickers who were kicking way better, and we let them go just to bring Moody back. And I never liked Moody in the beginning.
Yep.
He's a Moody kicker.
He said, "Look. See how easy that is. See how easy he made that go through there. Ain't no way in it."
Game up. Kansas City traveling to Buffalo, undefeated Kansas City Chiefs going to Buffalo. Anthony, who you got? Kansas City.
Who you got, Trey? Who you got, Trey?
And which one?
In this one, ain't but one game. Who'd you pick in the other one? Oh, we know you picked the 49ers.
Yeah. I got Buffalo on this one.
This dude here, bro. He slick, boy. He real slick with it, CC. He slick. That's a slick joker right there, bro. Oh, that's a slick.
Yeah, I got Buffalo.
Go ahead, Mr. Anthony. Who you got? Buffalo, Kansas City.
I don't like Kansas City either. I will never go for Kansas City. I will always go against Kansas City. I'm looking for Buffalo to get some type of redemption. Beat Mahone and the officials.
Okay.
CC.
Come on, man. Chiefs until y'all stop them. Chiefs by 3 points again, or 1 point, something like that. It's gonna be a close game, but the Chiefs.
Bishop, are you in agreement?
Man, listen. Josh Allen is that man. They playing in Buffalo. But man, with Patrick Mahomes being Patrick, Travis Kelce being Travis, man, this is a hard one right here, man. This is definitely probably one of the games. This is probably the game of the week. Yeah, this is the game of the week.
You were saying that at the beginning of the show. You was like, they lose. They're going down. You were saying that earlier. Oh, they going down today, and now you hesitant.
Hold on, CC. God dang, bro. God dang. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I gotta build it up. Yeah, I'm going with Kansas City, man. I'm not going. Trey went with Buffalo. I gotta go with Kansas City now because Trey went with Buffalo. I'm going with Kansas City. Yeah.
There was one game we forgot.
What? You switched over? Oh, Kansas City.
There's one game we forgot, you guys.
Which one?
Cowboys versus the bye week.
That's Monday night, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is a good call there, sir. That is a good call. I take the bye week.
Yeah.
Next game, Cincinnati versus the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers and the Bengals. We all know T. Higgins is back in the building. He's back. Yeah, he's back.
Oh shoot!
Anthony, who you got? Cincinnati or the Chargers?
Cincy. I don't think anybody's going to stop that trio with Chase and what you call him? With
Chase and Higgins. I agree. I'm rocking with Cincy in this one as well. I think it's getting rough out there for the Chargers. I mean, Ladd McConkey is doing all right as a number one. But how long does that hold up? A Harbaugh, at some point, he's going to have some falters. I think this is going to be one of them. So I'm going with Cincinnati as well. CC, Cincinnati or the Chargers?
Cincinnati is done for, bro. They can't stop a cold. That defense is pitiful. They're going to score 35 points today, but still give up 38. I'm taking the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers in this one.
Oh, wow. Man, give me Cincy, man. You got T. Higgins back. I still think Joe Burrow is that guy. JB is that man. I think he's still going to make some things happen. I feel like Cincinnati can go San Diego. Perfect weather out there in California right now. I think Cincinnati can go out there and get a dub on the road and try and get some bounce back. So give me Cincinnati and the Bengals.
All right, last game, of course, a Monday night game in which Anthony just spoke on somewhat. He said the Cowboys against the bye. Unfortunately, the Cowboys aren't playing the bye. They're playing the Houston Texans in Jerry's world. However,
yes, love.
So basically, who you got? Houston, Dallas. Anthony, I'm coming back to you. Does Dallas have a chance? Oh, he must be frozen. Go ahead, Bishop.
You already know what it is, man. Up. Minnesota done turned the ball over. Oh, what's going on, Eric? Turning the ball over on with Tennessee. Stop it. I'm taking the Texans. The Texans suffered a huge loss last week versus the Detroit Lions. That was last second field goal, last minute field goal in that game to get the win over Houston when Houston was way up on the Cowboys. I mean, on the Detroit Lions, and they allowed them to come back and win that game. So I think Houston and them, CJ Stroud definitely wants him to get back. And Mixon, he was upset. Joe Mixon was upset about last week's game because he probably felt like he could have done more, and they won the line more. They playing in Jerry's world. We all know the fight was in Jerry's world, so it's probably a lot of residue from the fight out there on the field and all that nonsense. People probably gonna go to their game thinking the fight is still going on. So I'm picking the Houston Texans to get a dub in Jerry's world. CJ Stroud, let's go.
Of course. And does Houston have a chance? I mean, does Dallas have a chance?
They stand a better chance for going into the bye week, playing and losing in the bye week because the Texans is coming back. I think they got that nasty taste in their mouth after giving up ass to Detroit last week. So it's going to be the Texans.
I have Houston as well. I just I don't know. Dak isn't there. TC, who you got?
I see it already, but I'm sticking to my guns, man. You see it behind me, Cowboys.
You already knew he was taking the Cowboys.
Hey, last week, what did he say last week? Did he say that he's going to start looking at it? Just can't do it, huh?
With a backup quarterback. I mean, man, look, it's one game. It's in our building. It's for the state. It's for that 45 north and south. We know how that get down. Me being from H-Town, but I'm rooting for Dallas in this game. I mean, I understand how it go, but history has shown until Houston can beat Dallas, we ain't really beat them. What, in preseason? I mean, Houston beat them in preseason. They never really beat Dallas. So until you prove it, I got to ride with the Cowboys.
But that was with Dak. You got.
It don't matter what the records have been or who's the quarterbacks have been in this series. Dallas has won more games, so I'm gonna stick with that. Dallas.
Big brother, huh?
Yep, gotta roll with it until you show different.
All right. So of course those are the picks. It'll be last week. Currently, I think I'm up by 1 overall when it comes down to it. Last week I tied with CC for the overall for a weekly win. So currently me and Bishop are tied 5 apiece. CC has correction. Yeah, me and Bishop are tied.
Yeah,
5.
Yes, it's 5.
Yes, CC has won 2 tied weeks. So that's where we are currently. But I have just that one. I have that slight edge in which we're gonna see if I can keep it. So real quick, right? We're gonna do a segment, right? Probably 15 minutes. Should be done 15 minutes, so everyone can get to their games. This segment is gonna be called, as I said, start, bench, or trade, the QB edition. So what we're going to do here, before we got on, we basically drew straws, in which, of course, Anthony's going to start us off, but be to the fact that we're consistently on the show, we're going to be the ones that's good, but Anthony does get a chance to participate that since he's going to start off, and then it's going to go CC, myself, and then Bishop, of course. So what's going to go on is between myself, Bishop, and CC, we're going to pick 3 quarterbacks. It's going to be 3 rounds, 3 quarterbacks. Any quarterback in which myself or Bishop or CC pick, the other player cannot pick. However, Anthony can pick whoever he wants. It doesn't make a difference. And what we're going to do is pick 3 quarterbacks. And then at the end of this, based on who is left in the cut or trade bracket, we'll have an opportunity to even trade them out. I mean, cut them and pick up another quarterback or trade for one of the other 2 quarterback. So quarterbacks, if you had an opportunity to pick your quarterbacks 3 rounds, Anthony, who would be your first pick?
Mr. Irrelevant.
Oh, Brock Purdy would be your pick.
Wow. He said Mr. Irrelevant. Wow.
Is that surprising?
Impressed.
Is that even surprising?
That's kind of surprising when you got LJ in.
No, it's not. You got to remember where he's from, who his team is. That's not surprising. That's not.
No, because I'm gonna tell you my logic behind it is, and you'll see with my other picks, I like to have a game manager.
Okay. But is he the best game manager? Is he the best game manager there, Mister?
He's by far the best game manager. Now, when I need something, someone that's going to, make a difference, then you'll understand my other two picks.
Okay, let's do it. I like it. Let's see the method to your madness. Let's see it, Coach.
CC, you up? Who you got? Who's your first pick?
Come on, man. Patrick Mahomes, right out the gate. Mahomes. That legend, the legend already. Ready to go.
All right, you got Mahomes. I'm going to my first pick. See, for this week, my first pick probably would have been anyone else. For this week, it's not going to be that. For this week, I'm going to stick with my brethren in here representing the he ain't from Compton, he's from Linwood, is on the outside. So, but what I'm saying, same area, kind of like the same area. I'm going to stick with Brock. I think Brock gets it taken care of this week. So I'm going to spin the block. I got Brock Purdy. Bishop, who you got? And if you want, you can pick your man's, even though you can go with Jalen if you like.
No, you know what? I'm not going to even pick him because of the fact that he's already played, and so I'm not going to take him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take. I'm going to take CJ Stroud.
Oh, you know what? That is interesting. You know what also makes it interesting? You back-to-back picks. So who's your next man?
So what about another quarterback?
Oh, you have your pick. So you can't pick Brock Purdy or Patrick Mahomes. So who's your next pick?
So quarterback. Quarterback. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So then, if I'm picking another quarterback, then I would probably have to go with. Let me get Matthew Stafford.
Go with Stafford. Interesting. Okay. It's very interesting, but I'm gonna go with Tua. I'm going with Tua for this week. CC, who you got?
I'm gonna take the other quarterback in the same game. I'm gonna take Josh Allen.
That's a smooth move. Smooth move. Anthony, who would you have if you had it? Who you said your game manager? You got your game manager. Who's next?
Lamar.
That's
my duel.
Duel. So if you got a game manager, you got a duel. Is there a pocket? You have another pick. Who is the last pick? Is there a pocket? What's the method to your madness for this last pick?
My pocket would actually go to Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. That's not a bad thing. I mean, this isn't bad at all when I look at it just from my perspective, but I think Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson is going to be having a problem this week. That's the only reason I'm staying away from him. We're going to see if everyone continues with that, or does it change by the time we finish with this. CC, who you got for your last pick?
Oh, man. We're running out of good quarterbacks, in my opinion.
It's still 32. It's still...
Yeah, but we're running out of good ones. We're running out of good ones. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take LJ Lamar Jackson.
You gonna go with Lamar? Okay. And I mean, it might change as we get closer. So in this one, I'm gonna go with Jared Goff. My last pick for this week, Jared Goff. Bishop, who you got?
Y'all made it simple, man. I'm going with JB because he got both his weapons back. So give me Joe Burrow. Give me Joe Beasy. Give me Joe Beasy because I feel like he got weapons back. Let it go.
So in this, coach, and like I said, Anthony, you can continue adjusting this, or so saying to play along with it. So your three quarterbacks. Who's your starter? Who's the starter? Who gets to start?
Who are you asking?
I start with Anthony. Who's your starter?
Realistically,
yes,
I would start Lamar.
Okay, so LJ. CC, your starter?
Mahomes, of course.
So you're gonna go with Mahomes. Bishop.
Give me Matthew.
You're gonna start Mac, and then I think I will start Brock. So who's your bench player? Starting with you first, Bishop. Who's your bench?
CJ.
CJ. My bench would be Golf. Correction. My bench would be Tula. Anthony, who would be your bench?
Brock.
How did I know that? All right, CC, who you benching?
Oh man, I'm gonna bench Lamar.
Lamar gets benched. So of course, by elimination, Josh Allen becomes Anthony's trade or release. CC's is Lamar. Bishop's is Burrow, and mine's is Golf. So with that being said, now this is where we go off. Where I come back to you, Anthony. With that being said, CC, Bishop, do y'all care to trade or release? Do y'all want to trade for anyone? Like we basically you have trade value. You have Burrow to be traded, Golf to be traded, Lamar Jackson to be traded. Do any of y'all want to make a trade with myself or Bishop or CC?
I'm good where I'm at.
No, I was gonna say, I thought Josh Allen should be my guy for trade, right? Because
you're right. Yeah. So Josh Allen, Burrow, or Golf. Are you interested? Are you interested in a trade, CC, for Golf, Jared Goff, for Josh Allen?
No.
And you said you're good with Burrow. All right. So is there anyone that y'all would like to drop and pick up that's still out there?
Nope, I'm good.
Not with the three I got.
Not with the three I got.
I'm sorry. Let me look at this right quick.
I mean, you got Jordan Love. I thought about Jordan Love heavily. I mean, don't get me wrong, because he's doing some things, but I can't do it. Like, these three are powerhouses right now.
You know what? Looking at the games. Looking at the games.
Don't say it. Drake may kill it early. Don't say it.
Looking at the games. I'm leaning towards. Let me think about it.
You can't do that.
Boy, say he ain't taking 9 sacks.
How's that fantasy? If you watching the game and trying to,
I'm not watching the game. I was looking at the teams who have the quarterbacks that are out there. So I was about to say I'm leaning towards Herbert for Golf, but I think I'm going to do good. I think I'm going to stay here. So that is what we have. So in the sake of for just talking about the game, Josh Allen would have been yours, Anthony. Would you have kept Josh Allen, or would you have decided to go a different route?
No, I'd keep him.
Okay, Josh Allen. So of course, currently we have Mahomes, Lamar, and Josh for CC. For Bishop, you have CJ, Matthew Stafford, CJ, and Joe Burrow. And then for myself, Brock Purdy, Tua Tagovailoa, and Jared Goff for me. So we'll see how that pans out with those points after fantasy and see where that goes. Speaking of fantasy, let me ask y'all gentlemen a question, right? If I gave you a trade, sent you a trade request with Najee Harris and Tank Dell for Christian McCaffrey, would y'all take it?
No.
I'm not trading McCaffrey. No.
Right. I mean, that would be crazy.
And see, that's the thing. Trey think he be giving out some major damn trade value, and then he don't.
Hold up. I sent you a trade for Najee Harris for who you had.
Listen to this. Najee Harris for who? Yes. Who? Who was it?
Who was it? I can't remember because I counted it. Because you
obviously he can't remember because it wasn't worth shit. That's why he can't remember.
I sent you a trade for Najee Harris. It was someone that was on your roster that wasn't
Of
that.
course it was. It was, of course it was. So hold on, let me tell y'all who this nonsense of a trade he had. And I looked at it. I just looked at it this morning. I said, oh. And then when I see who it was, who was sending me the trade, I said, I know this ain't nothing but some trash. I knew good and well it was some trash. When he sent me the trade, I said, oh yeah, this ain't nobody. But when I seen it was Trey, I knew he was sending me a trash trade.
Who was on your team?
Who was it? Here it is. Here it is. For Terry McLaurin. Najee Harris for Terry McLaurin.
Nah.
Thank you.
That don't even sound fair.
Thank you, fair. Thank you,
Najee Harris is the only starter because Jalen Warren is injured, so he's not playing.
He's not putting up points.
He's putting up points.
McLaurin got to be putting up more points weekly than Najee Harris. That don't even make sense.
Thank you, CC.
Yeah, that don't even make sense.
Thank you, CC. And he think he playing with a rookie. I don't know why he feel like I'm sit here and make that.
No,
crazy.
Who think he's playing with a rookie is Truck. You know what Truck sent me? He sent me he sent me a trade Trey McBride for I can't think he's on the tip of my tongue. Trey McBride for the running back from the New York Jets.
Oh, Breece Hall.
Breece Hall. I was like, bro, I didn't even. I like, you know what? I just let because at the end the deadline was yesterday. It was
right.
I just let it go to the deadline. I was like, how dare he? That's disrespectful. That is disrespectful. Breece Hall for Trey McBride.
You trying to do something?
That's no, because I owe Truck. He the one that beat me with the first with 103 points because he had Lamar Jackson and what's his name, the receiver. We was just talking about it. I don't know why I have brain fog. He had Lamar Jackson and Jamar Chase. So he put up 103 points in one game on me, and I ended up losing 175 to 1-0. I ended up losing by like 50 or 60 points to him. But it's all right. It's going to spin the block in any case. But of course, gentlemen, it has been great. That's our show for today, in which there's everything tracking. So as y'all seeing at the top of the hour, if y'all are interested, players out there, if you trying to sit up and get it in indoor football, Iowa Power is looking for talent. If you have coaches out there, if you're able to coach that has some type of premise, Iowa Power is looking for talent. Tap in with Mr. Anthony Bartley so y'all can have a conversation and you might be able to get something doing. So, a question: how long has the UIFA been around?
This is year 2 for them.
Okay. And when does Iowa Power begin their play? Was it be this season or next season?
No, because the UIFA, they're currently in season now. They're primarily a fall season, but we'll be starting up August of 2025.
Oh, okay. So it's almost so that's a full year to get implemented and ready to go and be prepared to go.
Yeah.
So are there any powerhouse teams?
Well, like I said, it's the team to beat. Like I said, the Ohio Boom won it last year. The Wisconsin Aviators look like the team to beat because they're undefeated right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, those are pretty much the other teams. We have another new team coming in, the Virginia Legion. Excuse me, they're coming in the same time as we are. So, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not worried about anybody.
I mean, that was my next question, but I already knew the answer.
I mean, if anything, they need to worry about me.
I like it. What day are y'all games on?
Well, we'll be running our games either on Friday or Saturday nights. Okay. I will be announcing the streaming network that we're going to be using. My plan is to do something that no other indoor team is doing, and that's stream all my games live, both home and away.
Okay.
Okay.
To keep your fan base engaged and tracking. So that's smart move.
That's what's
Yeah, we partnered up with Dolph's Iron Bar. Well, actually, it's Dolph's Bar, which the owner Gary Dolphin, he's the voice of Iowa football. Well, Iowa sports in general. He's a philanthropist. He does a lot within the state of Iowa and just in the Dubuque community alone. Like he's a real figurehead in the city. So we're going to be hosting all our viewing parties for our away games there. That's going to be our after game party spots. Once we're kicking everybody's ass, and even when we start filming our coaches' corners, we'll be doing it live on site there. It's a real nice venue. I mean, they have a 16-foot, LED screen out in a courtyard.
Okay.
And, and it's amazing. So great for viewing parties.
So definitely something to get to. Get to Dubuque, so y'all got a whole year to put it in perspective for y'all to get there. If y'all not on the staff or anything like that, you still support or check it out. They said they're going to be streaming Iowa Power 2025.
Go put it out there. If you're looking for somebody to broadcast on that stream, holler at me. Have a good one, Mr. Anthony. I can't see your last name no more.
Bartley.
Bartley, right? Bartley,
you.
right?
Yes. Thank you.
So be sure to tap into that until the games have been started. A couple of teams are up. I just saw Cleveland just scored in New Orleans. It looked like Jared Goff is moving down the field, like they're looking to score again. So be sure to get to your games. And y'all know
the Patriots already scored on them Rams. That's what we're talking about. Drake May looking good, baby. Drake May looking good.
Y'all know where to find us Thursdays and Fridays. We see trying to figure out what we're gonna do. As you know, Thanksgiving is coming up. We got some. Matter of fact, I got to figure out something. So it's but we do have trying to make a determination. Are we gonna do Wednesday before Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving morning? And then of course we know Sunday to finish out the rest of the week. So
I hope Dallas ain't playing on Thanksgiving. They ain't ruining everybody's Thanksgiving.
Man, we Detroit and us play every Thanksgiving, so get used to it, man.
I hope they don't. They should take y'all off this year.
It's tradition.
They should take y'all off.
Man, y'all been popping for 10 years. We've been popping for 40, and you talking noise, man. You know, but I get it. It's what's hot right now. I feel you.
Yeah, that's what it is. What's hot.
We need games that people really want to see. Don't nobody want to see Dallas get thrash.
You know what? That is ideal because that's what the NBA does for the most part. They put on they try to predict who is out there and what are the games, the Thanksgiving games. So that's why we continue to see the same teams. And as teams trend to become better, they switch it up and make it something different. So I don't know. Maybe that is, but we all know what's tradition. Detroit, Dallas, and then of course with the addition this year, Friday is going to have a game as well. So there's like 4 games between Thursday and Friday this coming week. So we'll see. But like I said, again, Anthony, myself,
Mr. Bartley,
Bishop, CC, we look forward to seeing y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace.
Fraternity Incorporated. We out.
All right, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
Yep. For sure.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yep.